afternoon and welcome to Convocation for the entering class of 2024. Please stand as we welcome one of our student a cappella groups, Drastic Measures, to sing the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great, thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, Drastic Measures. Greetings and welcome to members of the Board of Trustees, President Mialis, Provost Everett, Platform Party, academic deans, faculty, university administrators, staff, marshals, orientation advisors, student leader volunteers, parents, family members, and of course, all of the first year and transfer students comprising the entering class. As Vice President for Student Life, I thank you for participating in the convocation exercises today and for celebrating this important milestone together. For both family members and students, today is a day of powerful and competing emotions. The energy created by pride, happiness, and excitement, conflicting with anxiety about the transition to university life, making new friends, taking on new academic challenges, and saying goodbye temporarily to loved ones. Joining you today are the dedicated faculty, staff, and student leaders who are committed to mentoring and assisting you in your transition to Roger. Do not hesitate to reach out, ask questions, seek guidance, and make suggestions. They are here for you. Now, students may be asking, what is so special about this convocation ceremony? How long will it last? Less than an hour. And in what in the world would lead the faculty, marshals, and platform party to put on long, warm, dark robes today? Don't they know how ridiculous they look? Yes, we do, and it is warm. Some family members may want a longer ceremony, a longer goodbye, while others have already begun reallocating bedroom and closet space at home. History informs us that the term convocation dates back to the 14th century, originally used to describe important religious gatherings and then adopted by universities to celebrate academic ceremonies such as the beginning of the school year. At Roger Williams, convocation begins with a procession of the entering class wearing hawk emblazoned shirts in unity and continues with messages from university community members formally welcoming the entering class to our learning community. Importantly, convocation concludes with the new class reciting the Pledge of Academic Integrity together. Your first week is upon us. Your orientation will continue with several important transition programs this week, including fall orientation and your first day of classes on Wednesday. By the end of the coming week, you will have a deeper sense of why you are here, what faculty expect, who is here to help you, and why every student matters. Learning is central to all we do as a university, and while we learn together, new and returning students, faculty, and staff, we are in the process of building community and caring about each other. This is hard work, that requires patience, humility, and honesty, especially during rapidly changing times. Being a community member requires intentional investment and action. True community members don't stand by while a peer struggles with any of life's many challenges, loss, injustice, or bias. They reach out and lift them up, offering empathy, intervention, and support. The call to community requires all of us to listen and understand each other, to welcome and embrace all expressions of diversity and identity, and to respect and value the dignity of each individual and their lived experience, especially in situations where we may disagree on politics, principles, and world events. The university, through our thoughtful speakers today, welcomes each of you and your family members to the RWU community. Wherever we travel or live, there is a history that is important to know and understand. It is a pleasure to welcome to the podium one of the newest members of the RWU community, our Vice President of Equity and Inclusion and Chief Diversity Officer, Dr. Joanna Ravello Goods, to provide insight about the history of our namesake, this incredible campus, town, and state.
It's my pleasure to share some of the history of our namesake, these lands, and the town of Bristol to help you connect with your new home. As our namesake, Roger Williams, would have said, "What cheer Natop?" What cheer is 17th century English for what cheering news do you bring? Essentially, a 17th century, how are you doing? What's up? Natop is the Narragansett word for friend. One of the things that our namesake, Roger Williams, said and believed is that indigenous peoples that he knew were equal in God's eyes. He famously said, "Nature knows no difference between Europe and Americans in blood, birth, and bodies." He told his fellow settler colonists to boast not proud English of thy birth and blood. Thy brother Indian is by birth as good. Due to Roger's vision, Rhode Island was arguably the freest place in the Western world, at least for some. And at that time, he really was focused on respecting indigenous rights, but valued religious freedom, wanted to focus on, he welcomed refugees, those that were even separate, and he focused on separating church and state. All these things are worthy of honor today still. But during his lifetime, Roger Williams was banished, despised, he even received death threats. And his books were burned because people felt that they were new and dangerous in the opinions that he shared. Before creating the vision of the colony, Roger was a college student just like you. I mean, that's pretty critical, right? Just like you. He was sitting maybe in one of these convocations just like you. He was a first-generation college student, like many of us, who did not come from vast financial means. And he was only able to study at the university because of, guess what, financial aid, right? He may not have had a financial aid package, but he certainly had some financial aid and some scholarships. It was through his hard work, his intelligence, and his drive that Roger earned his college degree. Things for you to keep in mind in the next 4 years. Today, I could share many things about Roger. However, we need to acknowledge some of the difficult truths about his experience. Undoubtedly, he did strive in many ways to respect the sovereignty and the humanity of indigenous peoples. But in other ways, he actively contributed to their enslavement. In 1637, for example, just 1 year after Providence was founded on the principles of freedom, Roger had an unfree indigenous child in his home, a boy who he renamed and took away from his family. The location of our campus is implicated in that legacy. In 1676, Metacom was murdered at Potomac, or Mount Hope, which is not far from here, just up the road. And from there, his family was sold into slavery, and our namesake, Roger Williams, profited from this. However, despite this enslavement, the oppression, the forced removal, and documentary genocide, indigenous peoples are still here. They are not historical or vanquished or assimilated communities, and they maintain unique, complex, and important relationship to the lands, to the waters, to the non-human beings around us, and even on our campus and beyond. So whatever your major, we encourage you to take classes in the humanities where they study this concept of decolonization, which you can learn more about. But as a famous scholar who does that work once said, decolonization isn't a metaphor. It's actual work. Speaking to what Dr. King said earlier, it's being actively involved in not just what you learn, but also what you bring to inspire change, to transform our campus and beyond. It's also my job to welcome you to your new home, the town of Bristol. As some of you may have already seen it, but the red, white, and blue center line through the middle of town reminds us. It's actually the oldest continually running 4th of July celebration, the 4th of July parade. It's really at the front and center of Americans' history of freedom. However, Bristol also has a more difficult history for us to confront and contend with. In the 18th and 19th century, the town was the epicenter of the American slave trade. Bristol's economy was also tied to South America and to the West Indies, which is where I'm from. And almost every industry in town was intimately connected to slavery and the slave trade. Slavery was not just this distant idea, and enslaved peoples were present in the town from the beginning. By 1750, Rhode Islanders held the highest proportion of enslaved people in New England. 10% of the total population was enslaved, double the northern average. During this period, Rhode Island purchased and sold more enslaved people than all other traders throughout the entire country. Let that sink in. We must remember that enslavement was contested at every step, and freedom seekers ran away, lobbied for their freedom, and worked to live full lives despite the constraints of this enslavement. You can learn more about this legacy through local public humanities projects and initiatives, such as the Rhode Island Slave History Medallions and the Bristol Middle Passage and Port Marker Project. I want to end on a final note, more personal in terms of my connection to Rhode Island and the United States. In 1979, my family came to the United States from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, West Indian. That's why I said earlier I was West Indian, which is off the northern eastern coast of Venezuela and sits on the continental shelf of South America. We were able to come to the United States through sponsorship from my maternal grandmother, Rita Phillip. Becoming a U.S. citizen meant everything to my grandmother. And just a quick note, she would have never imagined this for one of her legacy. She saw coming to the United States as an opportunity to learn a new culture, expand opportunities for her family, build a better life, and push back against some of the unsavory realities of her race, her gender, her socioeconomic class, her language, and her age. She became a citizen, and with her citizenship, she attained the right and privilege to vote. Many of you can vote for the first time in your lives in this upcoming election, and all we ask is that you exercise that right, that responsibility. So once again, what cheer NATAP, and I look forward to being in community with you in the next 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Amy Tiberio, Vice President of Enrollment Management, for the presentation of the entering class to President Mialis and the Roger Williams community. Amy?
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My role today is to officially introduce the entering class of new first-year and transfer students to the greater campus community as you begin your Roger Williams academic career. We are so excited for you and are honored that you have chosen Roger Williams as your new home. Individually, you have all taken very distinct pathways to join us, and it is so exciting to be able to welcome you all today for the first time as one full class of new students. Allow me to share just a few high-level characteristics and facts about you and your new classmates. You come to us from 601 different public and private high schools and transfer institutions. You hail from 29 states and are citizens of 29 different countries. 80% of you are out-of-state students. 24% identify as BIPOC, making this the most racially and ethnically diverse undergraduate student class in RWU history, and continuing to positively enhance the diversity of our overall student body as we continue to strive for more improvement in this critical area. Your involvements and hobbies are also diverse. You are athletes, activists, volunteers, musicians, dancers, actors, poets, and so much more. In addition, and more specifically within this class, we welcome someone who conducts original research on humpback whale songs, a gold medal art showcase winner, someone who preserves and restores historical cemeteries, a certified nursing assistant, someone who has completed 4 marathons, a performer in a fire spinning troupe, someone who served in the Rhode Island State House, an amateur boxer, someone certified in restorative justice practice, a stock market day trader, a member of a band that has released 2 albums, several entrepreneurs, several presidents of clubs and service groups, many Girl Scout Gold Award and Eagle Scout recipients, and many children and siblings of RWU alumni. I can only touch on the talents and experiences you are bringing to us. Please know individually each of you will make us a better institution, and collectively you are an amazing class. We cannot wait to see how you will challenge us and help us grow. Most importantly, please know that you are here because we believe in you and we know that you can succeed. It is now my privilege to hand off this incredible class to our president, Dr. Mialis. I am pleased to present to you the first year and transfer students representing this fall 2024 entering class. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Good afternoon. I'm very excited to officially welcome you to Roger Williams University. And I spent quite a bit of time welcoming some of you while you're unloading the stuff from the cars, and along with our first dog, Roger, who walked with me. Some of you saw him. And boy, you have a lot of stuff. I helped the family unload 6 cases of water. You know, we do have water in Bristol. I understand the first day jitters that you students may feel and that you parents may be feeling too. I grew up in Greece, and I'm the first in my family to attend a 4-year college, so don't be misled by my Rhode Island accent. So unlike all the stuff you brought to Roger Williams, I arrived in the United States with just 2 suitcases when I entered college. My family had no idea of the typical American college experience. My mom packed my stuff in 2 suitcases. She brought me to the airport and cried her eyes out when I left. I was eventually replaced by 19 cats. I'm going into my 6th year as Roger Williams president, and I know you're only supposed to be in college for 4 years, but I love it so much here. I guess it means I'm studying for a master's degree. Don't worry, families. Your students will go into careers after they leave here or pursue an MBA, graduate degree, or law degree. But for me, I'm grateful to serve this community, entering my 6th year at this amazing place. This has truly become home to me, and I know it will feel home to you too. When you see me on campus, I encourage you to come and say hi. And say hi to our first dog, Roger. I know some of you may want to say hi to Roger more than you want to say hi to me. And that's okay, he's much more handsome and charming than me. Or if you're a dog lover, Roger can be a short-term substitute for that pet you may have left behind. You can follow Roger, what Roger is up to, on Instagram. His name is RWU First Dog, one word. He has 1,900 followers, so you can follow him there. Sincerely, though, stop me and talk. I love to hear the stories and experiences of our students, about what you are doing and your dreams. You can also feel free to ask me about the best food in Upper Commons or where the best views on campus are. And that's one is a trick question because the views are spectacular from so many places. Convocation is a special moment. For everyone here, this can be a mix of a happy day or sad and emotional day. And for some of you, it's been all that in the last 5 minutes. But for all of you should be a day of pride and excitement. Convocation is the event that starts your new academic journey to finding your passion and purpose. At Roger Williams, we will challenge you to dive deeper and soar higher. Our students immerse themselves in hands-on learning. You'll dive into a dynamic, real-world education that will help you find your passion and give you the knowledge to become the change makers a leader the world needs. With over 45 majors and 70 minors, along with research, community work, internships, and leadership opportunities in clubs and organizations, you'll create a powerful combination of skills and experiences that will truly you own. The faculty and staff of RWU are committed to your success. We believe in you and will be right beside you each step of the years ahead. We're excited to see what you can accomplish. I encourage you to get to know your faculty. We're a close faculty family here at RWU, and we thrive in our small classrooms and personal interactions. So this is a fresh start for most of you. Forget your past academic experience and start from scratch, and you have the opportunity to rebuild everything here. I'll share a few examples of this from our recent graduates. Colton, a bio and applied math double major, saw a need to optimize and automate research he was doing in the molecular longevity lab, so he spent 3 years researching, designing, and ultimately building a robot that became a critical tool in the experiments. This was his own idea, but he was encouraged and guided by his faculty advisors to blend his knowledge and skills in biology and applied math to bring his concept to life. Colton is now starting his PhD at Rowan University, where he continues to apply his bio and applied math skills. Finally, an engineering major and math minor made all the right connections at RWU to get the most of her academic, co-curricular, and internship experiences. She credits the faculty for her programs in helping her choose the computer and electrical engineering specialization, getting involved in research in the lasers lab, and presenting research at national conferences. Through the Center for Career and Professional Development, she did a hands-on paid internship with a global ecotourism company in the Dominican Republic. And she worked with fellow students in the Student Programs and Leadership and Orientation team, you know them as SPLO, to start the Multicultural STEM Alliance Student Club that will continue as part of her legacy at Roger Williams. Finally, is now enrolled in a PhD biomedical engineering program at Vanderbilt University. And I could keep going, but there's just one last story. College is challenging enough, but during his sophomore year, Will was presented with a serious personal health challenge. With the spirit and resilience of a hawk, he connected to our Center for Student Academic Success, and his professors who helped him not only to stay on track academically, but also thrive, and even create his own interdisciplinary minor and major that integrated photography, film studies, journalism, and sustainability. Will is now a master's photography and design program at Savannah College of Art and Design. Beyond forging mentoring relationships, you'll also make lifelong friendships here. You may even meet your spouse and life partner. They could be sitting 2 rows behind you right now. The beauty of a university environment is that you get to learn from and with others. You'll have the opportunity to meet people from all states and many countries around the world and learn from their different experiences in a community built on mutual respect, discourse, and a higher education. At Roger Williams, we all soar higher together. And I would like to share a little advice for the families. Many of you are likely first-timers, dropping your student who might be your oldest or only child for college for the first time. I know this because their parents actually dropping off their second or third child at college, they're probably already at home by now. But for the first-timers, it can be hard to leave them. So my advice is this: trust them and let them go. We can certainly trust RWU, trust the process, and trust the years you have spent preparing your students for this opportunity. Let them show you what they can do and see how they can soar here. I did it with my own 2 girls, and I did not want to let them go. But I did, and now they tell me how grateful they are that I did. Now at 31 and 33, they have successful professional careers and wonderful families. And I trusted them and I let them go. So welcome and good luck. And remember your call to action to dive deeper and soar higher. This is the challenge and the opportunity of joining Roger Williams. Roll up your sleeves and try new things, do research and explore ideas that tackle global challenges and confront issues around equity and justice. You are now officially members of the class of 2028. I look forward to see you all on campus throughout the year, along with Roger. Let's go, Hawks!
Thank you, President Mialis. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Margaret Everett, our Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost, for the academic address. Dr. Everett?
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here and giving us the opportunity to welcome you, the class of 2028, in person. You're going to get a lot of unsolicited advice in your first few months in college. I'm sure you've already had quite a bit of that already. But I can see that you're taking it well and that you know it's offered with love and a desire to see you succeed. Very demure, class of 2028. Very mindful. Very cutesy. You'll explain that to your parents later, right? As provost, I have the privilege of working with the faculty and our deans to ensure that our academic program offers you a top-notch education filled with opportunities to explore and grow and to discover your own powerful combination of capabilities, knowledge, and skills to step forward into a life that fills you with purpose and meaning. Today, I'd like to spend just a moment introducing you to our general education program. General education isn't much of a term, is it? At most institutions, it's presented as a series of requirements to check off. It sounds bland and uninspiring, I admit. But please don't treat it as boxes to be checked. Please believe me when I say it is of great value and importance. In fact, we think of it as the very heart of what it means to be college educated. It is the glue or connector of whatever powerful combination you build for yourself. Your undergraduate experience as a student, and more importantly, your development as a human being, begins with the RWU General Education Curriculum. At RWU, our faculty have worked very hard to create a core curriculum, a curriculum that each and every one of you will complete that is filled with choice, built around important outcomes like critical thinking and creativity that will provide a foundation for all your other studies. One of its best features is the wealth of choice you will have. It is here that you'll chart a course to create an experience that is uniquely your own. These courses may lead you to discover a minor or a major that you didn't even know existed. Or it might include the one opportunity for you to explore poetry, art, anthropology, political science, and so much more. One that will enrich your mind and help you know yourself and others better. At its best, in fact, a general education curriculum is about self-exploration. In a beautiful memoir about her own unusual educational journey, Tara Westover captures this so perfectly. An education is not so much about making a living as making a person, she writes. To admit uncertainty is to admit to weakness, to powerlessness, and to believe in yourself despite both. It is a frailty, but in this frailty, there is strength, the conviction to live in your own mind and not in someone else's. Education is so powerful. We do also want you to make a living, and we are very focused on preparing you for your careers here. Here, too, our general education curriculum is essential. Why? Because it focuses on the development of uniquely human capacities like creativity, interpretation, discovery, flexibility, adaptability. These are the traits that cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. And that is the stuff of entrepreneurs, inventors, innovators, and change makers. It is the education that will make you robot-proof. At RWU, we are all about learning by doing, in and out of the classroom, through internships, study abroad, and student research. We help students develop the skills and confidence that will translate to successful careers. But today I want to remind you that a college education will also help you reflect, communicate, and find meaning and beauty in the world, whether in life's great joys or sorrows. It will help you appreciate difference, think for yourself, develop your own social and emotional strengths, and show empathy for the suffering of others. General education is such a deceptively boring term, but I promise you our core curriculum is designed to offer you all that and more. Use the choice that you're offered to take risks. Try something you know nothing about. Enjoy the journey. The poem The Summer Day by one of my favorite poets, Mary Oliver, ends with this. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? The good news is that no one expects an answer from you to that question yet. Think of your next 4 years here, and especially the core of our curriculum, as an opportunity to consider that most important of questions. What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Know that the journey has twists and turns and lots of moments to reflect, grow, change course, to repent, and to rejoice. I wish you well. My colleagues and I are cheering for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Everett. Student Body President Zoe Cormican, a member of the class of 2025, is from New Hampshire and majoring in legal studies. This summer, Zoe had 2 internships in Washington, D.C., one for Congressman John Larson of Connecticut, and the other with the National Disabilities Rights Network. Along with Zoe's involvement in Student Senate and serving as a head resident assistant, she is a member of our highly successful women's varsity lacrosse team and our nationally acclaimed women's rugby club team. Zoe?
We don't litter on this campus. It's too beautiful and it's too precious to do that. But thank you, Dr. King. Whoa. There is a lot of you. Last year when I did this, you guys were inside and it was very contained. So now I'm just gonna look to the front row basically, and hopefully you make eye contact with me. All right, good afternoon, everyone. And most importantly, what is up, class of 2028 and our newest transfer students? I am so thrilled to be speaking with you all today on this slightly warm day, but trust me, we're all feeling it, and we have really important information and advice to give you, or at least I do. So please listen up the best you can, and I promise to get you out of here quickly. A little about me, as Dr. King mentioned, I'm a legal studies and political science major, and I also play women's lacrosse, rugby. I live in Maple. I know most of y'all saw, yeah, I see you back there. I helped you unload all of your cars, or tried to at least. And parents in the crowd, I'm sorry for kicking you out of your parking spaces so quickly. I just really didn't want the cops to get mad at me at the fire lane, so thank you for bearing with me. First things first, I want you to know that your first year of college is always the hardest. Not just because of classes, that will come naturally, but most of y'all experience your first year of firsts. Some of you are away from home for the first time, maybe you're meeting people new for the first time, and I hope all of you join something new for the first time. Whatever your experience is, please know that all these lovely people on the stage behind me and to the side of you are always here for you. Even the students here. You can truly be anything you want to be in college, and this is your chance to start over. Yes, that is terrifying, but it's also an awesome opportunity. Before my freshman year, I cut my long hair and I got a ton of tattoos. So if anyone wants a tattoo tour, I'm always around to show one. Parents, please do not fret. I'm not telling your student to cut their hair, get tattoos, or do any drastic changes. I just want you to know that changes look different for everyone. The whole point I'm trying to say is that take advantage of the changes around you and welcome them. Remember, everyone here is going through those same changes, so meet each other, say hi to someone you don't know, and help each other navigate those changes. But the most important piece of advice is to use the resources Roger offers you. I'm sure you remember everything that your orientation staff, your peer mentor, and everyone, and you've read every single email from Carol Sacchetti. But don't worry, if you didn't, we will keep drilling those resources in your head. Don't worry. Now, I'm supposed to tell you about my own experience and bore you with what I learned my freshman year and what I completed, but ultimately it comes down to getting involved. And I'm a broken record with saying that, so you're gonna hear me say that a couple times. Being an active member of the Roger Williams community is what you make of it. By getting involved is doing the best thing you can do for yourself. I'm not saying to join everything, I'm just saying to start small and within your own interests. So here's a little bit of an example. Are there any legal study majors in the crowd today? You already decided? Awesome, perfect. Mock trial's perfect for you. How about STEM majors? Who's my science people, engineering people, the crazy people that I like to call it? Awesome. You got Marine Science Club, you got Society of Women Engineers, you have a club all the way for you. And how about video games? Who plays video games? Yeah, there's where the hands go up. We have an esports team and an alternative entertainment club for anyone that wants to, learn how to game or want to be gamers. What about athletes? Who plays sports or wants to? Okay. We got varsity teams, intramural teams, club teams. There's a sport out there for everyone, and I will see you on the intramural soccer fields. And I'm not a good soccer player, but I'll try. And not to brag, women's rugby has been dominating, obviously. Thank you. Second time national championship right there. Thank you, guys. Thank you. But y'all, there is truly something here for everyone, and I hope that you go to our involvement fair and see for yourself. Whether it's getting involved in a club, organization, sports, or even an on-campus job, you are truly making the connections that will truly make this school feel like home. Not only that, but every activity we have on this campus is always needing people to join them. Try stuff out, and if you like a club, stay, and if you don't, check it off the list and move on. Getting involved truly heightens your college experience, and I'm telling you, knowing an upperclassman is an absolute game changer. I can't tell you how many times I've used my upperclassmen friends for a car. I'm not offering my car up to all of you right now, but if you make those connections with me in a club, maybe we can go to McDonald's or something. But getting involved is the best advice I can give you. So step out of your comfort zone, and I want to see what powerful combinations you make this year. All right, I'm almost done, I promise, but this is my actual advice for a first-year survival guide, so all the students know that you're not just, a first year. Number 1, do not use an umbrella. I know a lot of y'all do a lot of this stuff. No worries. For you guys, the wind here is incredibly strong, and the umbrella will just make you, fly away, so please don't. And you're gonna get twice as wet. Just duck your head in your jacket, and you'll be fine. So, yeah, some of you are nodding. Some of you have been here already. Yeah, just don't. Don't use trays and commons. I really don't know why we're so against the trays. Just don't. Unless you're Gordon Wood, which you'll meet later. He's the only one that uses the trays here. And some of our faculty members too. So again, y'all can keep doing that. Go to events. You never know who you're gonna meet. I'm always there, so if y'all just need a friendly face, hi, I'll be there. And last and not least, whenever you see these people behind me, or the staff that helps you check in, the orientation staff, your peer mentor, the people that loaded your stuff out of your car, please say hi. Please say thank you. Please get to know them. We're not just movers, even though we're really built. We got strong today. But one more thing before I pass off the microphone. I already mentioned my challenge to you all about joining one thing this semester, but I want to know what it is. So, if you have Instagram, I know I'm not as popular as Roger, the first dog. And if you want to, friends, family, anyone watching this, I don't know, it's people in the shade that are smart in the shade, go follow me on Instagram. It's Zoe Corum, Zoey, yes, there's a Y, Corm, And I won't brag, I'm pretty inspirational, and I always talk about Roger Williams in my stories, so please feel free anytime. And you can direct message me about what activity you want to join or what you're interested in. If you have any trouble with classes, getting involved, or anything you want to talk about, feel free to contact me anytime. And of course, I live in Maple, so I'll see you all in first year territory. So Maple 6 residents, I don't know where you are. Please be safe. Please be respectful to me. And I want a nice, chill senior year. Here at Roger Williams, you have an amazing opportunity to be who you want to be and pursue your goals and aspirations. So don't be afraid. Just take the steps to find those amazing experiences. I hope all of you know that I will be always in your corner. And on behalf of the Roger Williams University student body, I am excited to officially welcome you to the Hawk family. And as always, it's a great day to be a Hawk. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. Mr. Michael O'Brien's residential real estate career has evolved over the last 25 years to the creation of Galaxy Development, a commercial real estate firm with over 100 employees and properties throughout New England. Mike and his team have completed projects totaling 3 million square feet, including but not limited to retail shopping centers, medical facilities, self-storage, research and development, biomanufacturing, and even a golf course. Michael and his wife Sharon reside in Webster, Massachusetts. They have 3 children, Madison, who graduated from Roger Williams in 2019 with a degree in business from the Gabelli School, Jack, who graduated from Keene State College and member of the class of 21, and Blake, a current student and member of the class of 27, studying business and real estate. Please welcome our family speaker, Mr. Michael O'Brien.
Thank you, Dr. King. I don't know why I had to go after the best speaker the entire day. I'm not going to look good up here. One thing I haven't done, although the list was long of what my career was like, is a lot of public speaking. If I do well today, please give me an applause. And if I get a loud applause at the end, I may get a robe to wear next year. Good afternoon, everyone. Or more fittingly, great afternoon. Congratulations. It's a long road. Parents, way to go. We've been there 18 years to raise a child from diapers to preschool. And what you're always wishing for is that first day of college, to get to college, and here you are. You did it. For students, all your siblings, congratulations to all of you. No one said it would ever be easy, but you did it. And you know what? You can do this college thing too, and you will. The journey has been a team effort from all of you, parents, students, brothers, sisters, grandparents, and even your pets that warmed your heart when you needed it after a hard day. We have a few at our house, and they're loved every day. Students, you'll always have the support of your family, as you know, but today you start a new journey, one where you will be accountable to yourself, to succeed on your own efforts, to work through mistakes and problems you may incur. You will be rewarded with a level of confidence, and we will watch it grow. And parents, when you see them come home next May, you tell me if you don't see a difference, because I have witnessed it 3 times. About your first year, don't be shy of meeting someone new. The best friend you may make in your entire life could be here at Roger Williams, and you know what? You haven't even met him yet. A future spouse, a significant other, you haven't even met him yet. Don't be afraid to say hi and get out there. It's good to meet a friend or somebody that important in your life at college. Don't do what I did. I went to a bar in Hartford, Connecticut, and met my wife Sharon in 1993. I asked her if she wanted a drink, and I've been paying for that damn martini 31 years. Parents, the most important thing we can leave with today is know that the journey is now in the hands of these young adults you raised. They are ready for it, and you prepared them to be. It's time to let them go, or as they say in Bristol, for the hawk to fly the nest. A simple text during the week these days, a phone call on a weekend. When I first went to college, you weren't allowed to use the pay phone. Yes, I'm that old. For the first month you were at school. To all of you here today, parents and students, you have made a wonderful decision to attend this university. It's been a great experience for my family. The professors, advisors, administrative staff are always there for you. Other than mom and dad, these people here want to see you succeed as much as your parents do, and they are there for you all the time. I've seen it. Parents, you've heard Zoe talk about getting involved. Parents, you too. There's get involved with your students' roommates, their parents. Do things together. There's October 18th to 20th is Parents' Weekend, Family Weekend. Be here. The town of Bristol, there's a nice hotel down there. Plenty of great restaurants. There's things to do. Boston's nearby. Providence is nearby. Newport's nearby. We would make a visit to our son or daughter into a 2-day thing, a visit, a lunch maybe with them, a night in Newport, a breakfast back on the way home back in Bristol. If you want some restaurant advice in Bristol, there's a lot of quaint restaurants and stores and shops. Our favorite is the Lobster Pot. That has a great Cobb salad, a great lobster mac grilled cheese, and the bartender's name is Bonnie. Not that we go there too much, but we happen to know the bartender's name. And finally, parents, the last thing, I'd like you to know the bookstore is open. You can get a set of 4 Roger Williams wine glasses now. They have a very, very generous 4-year payment plan for that. I'm on my 2nd set now. And I can tell you, when I do pick up a Roger Williams wine glass, it just brings a smile to my face. The expense was worth every penny to us and has made so much difference in the life of my children and my family. And thank you, Roger Williams, for that. And good luck to you all. Go Hawks!
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. You have been such an incredible audience. We are nearing the end of our program. I would like to introduce Stephen White, Dean and Professor of Architecture at the Cummings School of Architecture. Dean White will now lead the entering class in the Pledge of Academic Integrity. The pledge can be located on the front of your program. Dean White.
Thanks very much. Thanks for coming, everybody. I appreciate the privilege of administering the Pledge of Academic Integrity to all of you, our new students. The pledge embodies a set of ideals leading the institution on its mission to advocate for freedom of conscience, equality, and tolerance. By embracing it, you commit yourselves to pursue academic achievement of the highest standard of which you are able. Its goal is that we shall be collegial in the best sense of the word, a community of scholars working in an atmosphere of honesty and integrity. The faculty of Roger Williams consider the academic pledge the foundation of trust that makes this community of learning possible. When you take the pledge, you are welcomed into this academic community. You pledge yourselves to personal integrity. You pledge to take responsibility for your actions and decisions. You pledge that you are interested in acquiring knowledge on your own and for its own sake. And finally, you pledge that you seek to forge a bond with your professors and with your fellow students based in trust and common pursuit of knowledge, rather than on any other threat or penalty. I now invite you all, as our new students, to stand if you are able. And I ask that you get out your little card, and on one side of it is the Pledge of Academic Integrity. Faculty and officers of the university, please stand to witness our students' pledge. New students, your time has come. Please repeat after me. We, the undergraduate students of Roger Williams University, commit ourselves to academic integrity. We promise to pursue the highest ideals of academic life, to challenge ourselves with the most rigorous standards, to be honest in every academic endeavor, to conduct ourselves responsibly and honorably, and to assist one another as we live and work together in mutual support. Fantastic. Thank you all very much. I wish you all the best of luck in the coming semesters. Thank you.
Please be seated. Yeah. I know. So close. Thank you, Dean White, and congratulations to our entering class. Just this past May, we celebrated commencement on campus for the class of 2024, an impressive cadre of students engaged in purposeful learning, campus and community engagement, leadership, and athletics. We need everyone in your row and starting in your seat to take their place on campus and establish your own legacy. You and your classmates are our future. This is now your university. Bring your ideas for improving academic and campus life forward and volunteer to improve what exists and create what is missing. It is time for you to Roger it up. All commuter and residential students will begin their fall orientation program tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the field house for your required sessions. At 4:45 p.m. today, all residential students begin meetings and dinners as part of fall orientation. Now the hard part. In order to start fall semester orientation, all parents and family members will need to depart campus by 4:30 p.m. today after heartfelt hugs with their student. We want to stop short of calling this a curfew for parents, which it is, and hope that folks understand. We enthusiastically invite parents and family members back to campus October 18th through 20th, as Mr. O'Brien said, for family weekend and homecoming, to enjoy a full array of special programs. Look for registration information sent out through the family listserv and the family Facebook page. In the meantime, students, return your folks' text messages with more than one-letter responses, K. Money or packages may follow, and reduce their anxiety by sharing what is happening in your life on campus. We thank family members for your presence at Convocation today and wish for each student a purposeful academic journey full of learning, friendships, and personal development. Entering class, please stand and remain standing at your seats as we prepare the recessional. The platform party will leave first, with President Mialis leading on this side and Provost Everett leading the platform party on this side, followed by the faculty. Marshals will then guide the entering class to the field exit, and parents can say goodbye to students in front of the Recreation Center or on the Commons Quad. The 2024 convocation exercises for the entering class are now concluded. Safe travels and stay well.